lost power steering and I lost brakes. Every time I turn the wheel and try to hit the brakes, that pump's just screaming. So that'd be the fourth part I put on this truck that's failed. That fourth brand new part I put on this truck that failed. Welcome back to the channel. A lot of you guys and gals may know I've been having some issues with the Hydro Boost unit in this truck. I replaced it before I went to Nashville. Then I replaced it when I was in Nashville. And now I've developed a leak in my power steering gearbox. So I think what's happening is you replace a part that performs better than the part that was on there, and then the issue goes to the next weakest link. So today, we're gonna replace the power steering gearbox, the power steering pump, and we're gonna replace the remaining Hydro Boost lines that I have not yet replaced. First up, we're just gonna remove all of the power steering fluid from the power steering pump. Yeah, we got most of that done. So now we're gonna disconnect this steering shaft. I think it's a 10mm nut down here. There it goes. Just move this up out of the way. So now it's gonna come through and disconnect all these lines. It's nice I got some more room to work under here since I replaced the mechanical fan with these electric ones. If you missed that video, I'll drop a card up above. You can go back and check it out. That was a fun install and they work extremely well. All right, we got our cooler disconnected, which we'll try to get this. Oh, don't make a mess. There we go. There we go. Is it supposed to move like that? Huh. All right, we got our Hydro Boost unit disconnected. So basically the three lines I'm replacing are the ones that are going to the Hydro Boost unit. I already have those here. I got those from Rock Auto. All right, I gotta take off my alternator. I need to disconnect it too. Oops. Okay, got that there. So now we got a couple of bolts that are holding on the bracket to the block. Now this bracket hangs on to the belt tensioner and the power steering pump. I'm assuming it's probably a 15mm. Yeah, that's what it is. There's a couple fasteners holding this whole bracket on right here, so just took those off. I got one more up top, and this whole assembly should come right off. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna clean up this bracket and we're gonna swap over the new pump. So I got the new power steering pump right here. This is just a card-on one that I got from Rock Auto. It was here in like a day, which is awesome. So we'll set that down right there. So we got to take off the pulley. Then we can remove the unit. And then on the back side, there are these two fasteners, studs we got to take out and put on the new power steering pump. Put in the new one. Of course, I want to get this all cleaned up. And then we're going to install our new pressure hose, because this one was leaking pretty bad. Okay, let's go ahead and install our pump here, or pulley. Oh, we got another 1/4 inch to go or so. We got to get the pulley flush with the shaft. Just like that. All right, we gotta go around this. Well, the pulley looks like it's lining up perfectly, so I'm gonna reinstall this bracket, put the alternator back on, put the belt back on, and the top end will be done. We'll be able to crawl under there, take off the power steering gearbox. Got the power steering pump buttoned up, got my belt back on, alternator back on, all that fun stuff. So now moving under the truck here, I got a new idler arm and pitman arm since I'm gonna be taking all this apart. So I just gotta take off these castle nuts here and here, and then I'm gonna remove the idler arm from, the pitman arm from the steering gearbox and the idler arm from the frame. And then I can move this out of the way and unbolt the steering gearbox. So make sure I have the right size sockets for this. Oh, that was nothing. Okay. Okay. There we go. Ouch. So here's the gearbox that I went with. This is a redhead steering gearbox. I love these things. They're affordable. They perform awesome. I have one in the C10. I'm gonna put one in the Blazer, but they are made in the USA and just a really solid company. I ordered this through Egizio Motors, and I'll drop their contact info below. I always call Joe when I need, I got those wheels from him. I get steering parts from him, vintage air. I pretty much call Joe when I need anything. So thanks, man. I definitely appreciate you putting this on order. We ordered it on, I think it was Wednesday, and I got it Thursday evening, like crazy fast delivery. Not guaranteeing that you're gonna get yours that quickly, but Redhead does not mess around when it comes to getting you your product, and their customer service has been phenomenal in my experience. A little heavy to handle like this. Oh no. Click, click. Click, click. Click, click. Yeah, there we go. So, didn't really think this through. Okay. Ow! That was loud. I guess I could take this off. I didn't really want to, but where did it go? What the? I'm going crazy, dude. I just had that part. Oh. All right, I tore the boot to the tie rod end here, but luckily I had an extra one in stock, so I just swapped that out. So now I should be able to slide this on like that. Come on, there we go. Click, 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 click. All right. So now that that's done, I can replace this, I think. Couldn't get the idler arm off without tearing this boot right here, so I think what I'm gonna do is just leave it. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't wanna damage anything else and then risk not being able to put it back together. Well, it started raining, so I had to just wrap this up real quick. So finally got a break in the rain. I got all of my hoses in here. They're all going to the Hydro Boost, power steering pump, and the gearbox down there. Look at how nice that new steering gearbox looks. So now we just gotta fill this up with some fluid and cycle the steering about 15 to 20 times to make sure we completely flush the system out of air and make sure this thing's 100% ready to go. Before I even start the truck, I gotta cycle some of this power steering fluid into the gearbox. Now this truck too has an external cooler, so that means there's just gonna be even more fluid we gotta put in here. So I got 2 bottles of this stuff. Hopefully that's enough. Whoops. Woohoo, that was way too much. All right, so now we're just gonna turn the wheel. And it's a lot easier if you do this with the truck lifted up front so the wheels aren't so heavy. You know, I've had a lot of bad luck with aftermarket parts if you've been keeping up with this truck. And I'm just really hoping that this new power steering pump and steering gearbox have no issues. Now that I think about it, I wonder if I should bring my power steering pump with me to Slamfest. Yeah, look at that. Dry. I'm gonna turn the wheel a couple more times, see if that goes down anymore. All right, well, I just made a huge mess in the driveway, so that's pretty awesome. I think I got all the air out of the steering gearbox and it was overflowing, as you just saw. This time you don't want to go to full lockout. I believe they don't want you to go to full lockout because it could introduce air into the system. You have to start this process over again. Looking really good. I think we got all of it out, at least of the gearbox. Well, we'll activate the brakes. Brakes feel great. This truck's idling all over the place. I'm gonna get Lauren and see if she'll help me real quick. She just got a haircut, so be nice. I need you to go in the truck and turn the steering wheel, like slowly turn it one way to the other, but don't go to full lockout. Like don't let it stop. Yeah. Turn that way. Yeah. Oh, okay, stop. Hang on 1 second. Gotta tighten up this hose clamp. Okay, do it again. Turn the wheel. I think that did it. You were turning it, right? I think that did it. What? There was a leak. I got shit all over the driveway. Yeah. All right. Power steering fluid, baby. All right, I think we're in good shape now. Did have a little leak at one of the hose clamps. That's easy to fix. But now I'm gonna spray the underside of the engine and chassis with this engine degreaser because this stuff makes just such a huge mess. Well, it's time to do the test drive, and I got to move the truck out of the way so I can finish pressure washing the driveway. Maybe you just didn't like being on the incline. Oh, we got some chalks back there. Well, it looks terrible, but at least the oil's not sitting on the actual driveway. Let's check under the truck and see if we got any leaks. I don't see anything fresh. I don't hear any whining from the power steering pump. The steering gearbox feels nice and tight. And it actually feels like, I don't think I need to get this thing aligned. I really shouldn't have to get it aligned because I didn't mess with the tie rod ends. I only messed with the steering. I mean, obviously, like if this is something that you're doing, I would suggest that you get the truck realigned, but I don't think I'm gonna do that today. Maybe next week, maybe before we go to North Carolina. So I would call this done. There's no whining from the power steering pump, so hopefully I got a good one. But going around this corner, no hissing from the Hydro Boost. Everything's operating exactly like it should. It's nice for a change. All right, how'd we do? I don't see anything. Nothing there. How's our Hydro Boost look? Looks like we got a little bit coming from the return. Yeah. Tighten that up a little bit. Nice and clean. Blew the paint off of the steering gearbox. It's all right, I'll do a little touch up with that. I don't see any leaks. Yeah, we could add a little bit. Other than that, it looks good. Well, guys and gals, I'm gonna call this one done. All right, so a little update here. I just taken my dog to the vet, and I lost power steering and I lost brakes. The power steering pump's got fluid in it. I'm not leaking anything. So what I'm thinking is that I have a bad power steering pump. Of course, right? What's up, Bowtie? Yeah, see, I'm getting a lot of resistance. And the brakes, they were staying stuck down. Now they're working. Of course, we could be having issues with the steering gearbox. I might have some air stuck in there or something. It might be air locked. But I followed the procedure. I can't turn the wheel. Actually, let me check the steering. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think it's the power steering pump because every time I turn the wheel and try to hit the brakes, that pump's just screaming. So that'd be the fourth part I put on this truck that's failed. That fourth brand new part I put on this truck that failed. Well, Lauren came and got me and grabbed some tools and stuff. I'm gonna see if this truck's possibly airlocked. And of course it's raining. I didn't want to pull the trailer out because our ditches are full of water. Just a great day. Just a great day today. All right, so like I said, we got plenty of fluid in here. Oh, well now we don't. What in the world? Let me check under here again. Trying to see if we're leaking anything. I mean, we're not leaking up here. Oh, maybe a little bit. What's that? I can't see. I need my flashlight. All right, so all we're gonna do here is we're just gonna try to purge the system of air to see if there's any air in it. It's definitely a little low on fluid. Let me grab some of that before we fire it up. Had to run home and grab some of this. Well, I don't know how much of that came through on video. It looks like my video cut out, but the power steering was a little low, so I just went through the same bleeding procedure to see if that helps at all. Let's take it around the block here. I mean, it feels okay. You know, the pump's whining and all that. But it's definitely, I mean, I got full range of motion back with the steering. Before I couldn't do this. All right, let's check the fluid again. Good. All right, I think the play here is I'm gonna go back to the house and then have Lauren bring me back to the truck because I really don't want to get the trailer out. It's supposed to be pouring like all day. I just caught a break in the rain, which is nice. Let me put my seatbelt on. Yeah, so I think the play is get Lauren to give me a ride back out here. Then I'll be able to drive it home and she can ride behind me. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not really sure what that was. Maybe the fluid got too hot. Maybe we gotta, you know, maybe it airlocked and maybe burping the system again. Got it figured out, but the only way to figure it out is to freaking drive it. So back to the house I go. Freaking dually. Appreciate it. Oh, it's like right in your face.
No worries.
There you go.
Anytime, buddy. Buddy, old pal.
All right. I'll meet you over at the spot, right?
Yep.
All right. Grab this. You want to stay behind me?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Well, it still works, so that's nice. Put my seatbelt on here. Safety first. Shout out to PNC Bank over here. They let me park in their parking lot. I tried to park at the gas station right there, but it was too busy. And I thought I was gonna have to load this thing up on a trailer. I mean, I still might have to. I still hear that power steer pump whining. I mean, it feels good. Should probably stop at ABC. It's been a little stressful this morning. I mean, it's still hanging in there. Oh, look at this Ford. Check this guy out. It's pretty cool. All right, we'll grab some lunch here real quick and then start getting this thing back to the house. Well, just made it back to the house, and power steering pump is awfully whiny now. I think that I just have a bad unit. It was pretty rough looking to begin with, but I went ahead and installed it anyway, and everything seemed to be fine. But after that whole airlock situation, which is, I think that's what happened, but who knows? I got it straightened out. It started making more noticeable noises, so I think that the power steering pumps actually just failed. So maybe it happened when air was trapped in the system, or maybe it's just a faulty pump. Who knows? I don't feel comfortable driving this truck to North Carolina with that power steering pump on there, and I don't know if I'm going to make it to Slamfest with this truck or not yet. So that's yet to be decided, and I got to say I'm really not surprised. That's kind of how this whole project has been, and actually it's kind of how they all go. It's just one setback after another. You're on these timelines, and you got to make the show, and then guess what? Your truck breaks down, and you didn't think about what was going to happen, and then now you're working on it, and you're scrambling trying to find quality parts. You put those parts on, and then they fail. So anywho's, this is actually the end of the video. As always, I appreciate you hanging around and watching this one. I'll see you in the next video.